Good morning, Grace. My name is Sarah Reykers, and it's my privilege to share my testimony of our foster care journey. It was 2016. I was a single mom, and Eden was in first grade. I had a few friends who had fostered, and I had helped out here and there with a meal, or we'd hang out and let our kids play, but that was about the extent of my knowledge of foster care. There were many times that I would think, wow, this is something I'd really like to get involved in if I wasn't a single mom or if I had more time. But I would quickly dismiss those thoughts because, again, I was a single mom, no way I could make this work. Nudge after nudge, I finally thought, okay, at least I'll pray about it. Surely God would see that I'm not qualified and that this is a terrible idea. Well, he didn't. So finally, I said yes. A single mom. Was I crazy? My family, they sure thought so. Some were even not very happy with my decision. Also during this time, Eden was on a travel softball team based out of Tulsa. This will make more sense later. At the time, Eden and I lived in a small 2-bedroom home, and that wasn't gonna work for foster care. So here I go, diving headfirst into selling a house, looking for a new, bigger house, and taking foster care classes. To say our schedule was busy is an understatement. The same family that was not happy with my decision was having to help more than usual so I could make all of this work. Knowing the journey we were embarking on, Eden was so excited to be a big sister, and I was just a ball of nerves. How was I gonna make this work? A single mom. Regret and panic tried to creep in more than once. Each time it was met with God saying, "It's fine, we got this." You moms will understand this. I had kept all of Eden's baby things, every bow, over 100 of them, every ruffly outfit, and every single glittery shoe. So of course, I was only gonna foster baby girls between the ages of 1 and 5. I'm quite certain God was laughing at this moment. As some know, house shopping is not for the faint of heart. It was stressful and discouraging to say the least. But I finally found the perfect home. Now if mine would just sell. God's timing was yet again perfect. My house sold December 2016, and I closed on my new house January 2017. Despite icy roads, my army of family and friends moved me in just one day. Several home studies and very hard interviews later, my home was opened March 2017. It was the same day that my home opened that I got a call. A 3-year-old boy. A boy, how I didn't have anything for a boy. He can't wear bows or ruffles or play with only baby dolls. I had nothing, literally not a single thing for a boy. So naturally, I said yes. The power of God with the side of social media, and within hours, I had clothes, shoes, and toys for this sweet boy. God had provided in a huge way. That evening was one I'll never forget. Here he comes walking up the driveway, looking absolutely scared to death, with only one trash bag with just a few of his things in it. A quick introduction and handoff, and it was just the 3 of us. I had never felt such a rush of very mixed emotions, and he must have too, because within 10 minutes we were getting our first bath. My mom and good friends showed up with big smiling faces, warm hugs, and Chick-fil-A. Nerves and fear quickly turned into excitement and love as we learned to navigate life with a boy. The same family members that weren't thrilled with my decision quickly came around, and I would get random texts asking if they could get Tank, as we sometimes called him, from daycare early. On weekends that Eden played tournaments out of town, which was very often, they would offer to keep him all weekend so he wouldn't have to spend hours at the ball field, even taking him to the zoo and getting haircuts. God had laid it on my heart to foster, not theirs, but man, did he quickly change their hearts too. I started a notebook to share with our little friend's mom when he eventually started going for visits. We would write letters to each other about him. I would share things that we were doing, things that he had done at daycare, and things about our family, and I would send pictures that I had taken of him. I, along with so many friends and family, were praying so hard for his mom. Lots of hard work by mom and God, and 9 months later, they were back together again. God provided. He provided for us, and he provided for mom. After a short break, we were ready to foster again. This time, I was prepared for anyone, any age and any gender. And again, we got a call for a 2-year-old boy. almost a year later, and he was reunited with family members. Our next placement was a sweet 2-year-old girl who was only with us for a short period of time. It wasn't until our 4th placement that I felt like I really needed to lean on God a lot. God worked lots of overtime this go around. Teenage girls are hard. After this placement, I really began to question my sanity. Maybe I really wasn't cut out for this. Maybe I should just close my home and support my friends who foster. But God said no. Because of some life changes for us, we did only have one more placement after that, another teenage girl who we still keep in touch with to this day. Foster care is hard, but the rewards far outweigh the hard. God provided. When I wasn't sure how he would pull it off, he did. When I was eating dinner at 10 p.m., crying over a bowl of cereal, God was there. When I wasn't sure I could take another placement, God was there, telling me we got this. I messed up a lot. I wasn't always the best mom to Eden during this time. I was tired and mentally and emotionally exhausted. But God gave 7-year-old Eden an abundance of grace and love for me and each friend that we had. God saw us through 5 placements, only one of which was that little girl between the ages of 1 and 5 that I only planned on fostering. Each child that we loved on had very different stories and very different needs, but God equipped us for exactly what each one needed at exactly the right time. Now, that doesn't mean I still didn't second guess my life choices sometimes, but God was always quick to remind me, we got this. God never once failed me and never once left me feeling alone. He provided not only for me and Eden, but he provided for the children and their parents who worked so hard to get them back. God had his hands in the entire situation every time. I leave you with a verse from Isaiah, which I reminded myself of often. Isaiah 41:10. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Thank you.